Okay, 28th of January, Rudy here. Welcome to the Daily Ninja Show, where we go through ASX and US listed shares and ETFs. First up, thanks to those who have subscribed to my channel. Getting pretty excited. Be able to tailor the content, not be worried about my compliance manager dobbing me in. Try and hopefully tailor the what I'm doing to what you guys are after as well, because all I know is that the average age is probably about 50, is what YouTube tells me. So you probably got a mortgage and trying to bump your super up. And for those who've taken that step with Australian Super, I know some of you have already tripled what your average return is. All right, get on with it, Rudy. Okay, so we start with this is the chart for old people. The reason I started the channel, the Bloomberg Commodity Index. So this is all your commodities, all wrapped up in one, including livestock. Can't trade livestock though. So lovely cup and handle. We've broken out. And this is a really important one too. So the mining industry as a percentage of global equities. So everything's in tech. You could sell Nvidia and buy every mining stock in the world probably. So here we are. The mining sector's small. But everyone's still focused on tech, but it's like when a sexy girl enters a room at some stage, they start looking at her. All right, so VAS. So VAS was flat today. So the tank MVR. Someone asked if I think this has still got legs to go. Yeah, I mean, this is like a 5 to 10 year journey. I mean, obviously, it would have been better if. Well, the switch was on back here on the 4th of August. Now, there's series when you want to get into something. Do you dollar cost average in? Buy one, or do you just go in? My preference is just you go in, right? So say you're not in MVR right now, and you're looking at that chart going, fuck. What I would do is just buy it, because it is. Let's go to a daily chart. It would be natural for this 20 day moving average to be hit along the journey. I remember back here people were panicking. I had to do a special sort of soothe the soul video that day. Anyway, so you got to expect pullbacks here, but that pullback might be when this line's up here, and it goes. So my point is, I would buy and like you just set a stop loss around these levels, and if it breaks it, you just sell it. You've lost 0.5% or whatever. But it's not a it's not a final sell. You still then wait. If it smashes all the way down here, then you buy. I think it's better than just entering your way in. I know some people who did the switch from their balanced super fund into the Australian super one. Wish they had have gone all in at the beginning. But anyway, get on with it. Okay, so MVR. I think will continue to outperform VAS. The RRTP. So this is your ASX based ETF. This is your global based ETF. Now the same thing with these. Some of them I wouldn't be buying now. Some I would be. And that's the type of guidance I want to try and give. in the new world. Okay, so we talked about this HAP. This is a global tank. There is another one a subscriber put forward, which is this GNR. Same sort of concept. All your big boys. But if we do the old ratio, so GNR over HAP's an outperformer. So I think at some stage HAP will be a good thing to go, but because it's overseas, it's hindered by this thing here, the Aussie dollar going up. So it still hasn't technically broken out, but there's this big range box there. So that's been driven a lot by, this is the US dollar, which if you look on it's pretty ugly. Rising wedges are very bearish when broken, like declining channels wedges are very bullish when broken to the upside. So it doesn't look good. But if you didn't know, the US dollar is basically made up of these three currencies: the euro, JPY, GBP. So Australia, we don't even. Well, it would be in there at point something %. So it's a bit misleading to convert Aussie, but anyway. So the euro, does look well. I can potentially, you see a bounce up here. I don't think the dollar. There's too much bearishness out there for the dollar. I think they'll make people think it's going to short, and then next thing it'll probably rip up. So the euro can still go up a bit more. The JPY is having a bounce, so it could probably still go up a bit more. And the same with, but you can see they all sort of will go up to a bit of a range. Will there be enough legs to push through? So XFJ, our banks, so still struggling. ATech, our tech sector. So there's, so there's an example of what I was saying before. I tried to pick a bottom here, which you shouldn't do. You get smelly fingers. But got it wrong, so sold. Doesn't mean I'm not going to buy it again. Well, actually, I'd never buy it, but people who like tech, that's the only reason I did it. But now you're not worried. You can just let it come down. It doesn't look like a buy now. MVR over ATech. So if you had to switch to, actually I know one subscriber who did, he switched his ATech for MVR. So he's up 52% more than sitting in ATech. Okay, America, S&P 500. It looks like it's going to break out. Nasdaq, it probably looks like it's going to break out too. Is it going to break the tank? The tank's still got him though. VGS, so that doesn't look too good. So the tank's got him. That was one of the reasons I started this channel too. I never really looked at YouTube. I had all these thumbnail people with their smiley face pointing to a pie chart with VAS VGS, going, this is the perfect combo. I nearly hit the computer screen. Gold, look at that. What a rocket. $5,200. Hey, he says the world's not in panic mode. So who cares about the Aussie dollar? So Aussie dollar gold up. The old switch Northern Star for CBA trade, working well. Our gold index. So our miners. So it looks like we're off to the bigger target up here by the looks of it. So the miners and the GDX. So this is the one you can get in Oz Super. Okay, so over in America, the GDXJ. It's got a whole bunch of our gold miners in it. A bit of history lesson. So this is gold divided by the M2 money supply. So the amount of money that's floating around printing out there. So you can see gold's now sort of proving itself that fiat paper money's not worth it. It's an interesting topic if you don't know all about it. It's a Ponzi scheme. Okay, Shell, giddy up. Just even you don't. The order of these they're in order of cheapness as I go down the production score. So Shell, he's a well-deserved winner. He might even have. That's his probably testing zone. He's got two little zones there. So like if I was holding it, there's your things to watch. Bright Star, the old Bright Star. He's got his giddy up. Yeah. No, yeah, well, he's cheap, but he's expensive. Is a confusing story. So SBM has had a good run, so it's now in that zone. WAF, a few of these have been picked. Oh yeah, on the weekend I'll be doing the who's leading the 26 stock picking comp. Do we have any other? Oh yeah, Evolution. So Evolution's also in the tank, so he's looking good. All right, get a copper. So copper's just you can't ask for much more. So the wire ETF. So again, same. Well, I probably then should put buy arrows then. So you do. Oh, I probably would have had one. I can't do that. That's backdating, Rudy. So you buy now and do that stop loss concept. Because if you dollar cost average in over the next 6 months, you'll be paying up, I think. BHP is acting like a spec stock, isn't he? So obviously these are all the guys sitting in the tank too, so it gives you a feel for what's underneath the tank. Rio, that's really bullish. This is what I'm hoping for silver. The shooting star, a broken shooting star is like dynamite. So I wonder if they've got that whole merger thing coming up. Maybe people know DVP. Again, there's your buy when you got there's your declining channels. Break, buy. Capstone, giddy up. And Sandfire, so it was yesterday's call. Nice one, Rudy. Okay, so again, if you bought that, then you just set a stop loss here. Because, yeah. Anyway, I'm just throwing it out there. CopJ, so that's one in America with a bunch of ours in there. Producers. 29M did a cap raise, which is that. So you can't really, if that happens, you don't sell on a stop because you just got to take the pain because they're raising money. So AIS, okay, so we do it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Got some resistance up here. a lovely rounded bottom. You can take the depth of this and add it to there. You've probably got a target price up here somewhere. A1M. So he probably deserves a tick. Upgrade to the next level. Hot chili. I can't. Well, he's the cheapest, but he's a very it's a very low grade mine. 0.54 for air. Cod. So he's just sitting waiting for breaking that, I would say. Same with QML and CYM. They look like they're ready to. And that's the other thing too. I don't know if you guys are looking like interested in these little spec stocks or not. It's not, have a little bit of your portfolio allocated. So uranium, well, that's going up. So URNM, all those people are sitting here waiting what's going on. I'm sure they're happy now. Well, that's so that's obviously being led by Kamiko. So you can see they sort of move up in levels. Kaza, oh god. Oh, that's pretty bullish, isn't it? So the SPUT, that's your ETF physical URNJ, so that's the American one. So Palladian, so he's got his next so he was a buy, so he's moving on to his next level. So he's probably going to have a crack at the high up here. As you can see, there's a few boss looking good. Lot. Pens broken out. What have I got here? AAE. DYL. Probably upgrade him. He's a pick. In the stock pick. Alligator Energy. So he's looking like he's going to break through there. Resource Explorers, EL8, AEU. He hasn't got a tick yet. I was going to give him a tick. Atom is, oh yeah, Atom's the other ETF you can get here in Australia. It's got Kamiko in it, but it's got Oklo. It's sort of a more mix, producers and the reactor people, like this guy here, Oklo. Problem with Oklo is he's worth $1 trillion, but he's not making any revenue. I'd stick with the producers. Okay, REMX over in America. I'm not prepared to put buys there. Linus, some officially out, but I don't mind. MP, so still doesn't look too bad. Aluka, it's not as rare as people say. Lithium. Who says we're in a resource bull market? Pilbara. So Pilbara's right at resistance up here. You've got to be a brave man. So if you're in these things, I'd just be setting stop losses, because at some stage it's got to have, because you don't want to sell and it keeps going. So here we've got, so IGO, so they're not sells yet. Liontown, so they're still, yeah, what happened to him? I don't know, maybe he had an announcement today, I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. What else we got here? Developers. So CRR. So I got these little snipers creeping in the bushes there. PMT. Again, this is an order of value. They get more expensive as you go down, but sometimes that doesn't matter. GLN. Looks very nice. I've got him marked. AS2. So here's another sniper. Okay. Oil. Well, even oil. Look at Mr. Oil. Mr. Oil's going to crash. You ever see hear all those people before? Follow the charts. Well, that looks pretty impressive, really. Pretty impressive. That natural gas, my God. So that's yesterday, and that's today. Tip: don't try and trade the futures market on natural gas. Anyway, so Karoon, it's getting very close. So Woodside, he's off. Stowe, he's off. So Beach, I think those other two are better entries if you're not in. Fuel ETF. So it's got these guys. So they're obviously gonna. That's a ripper. But it is funny because the oil price has been in the crap, but these guys are still going up. It's a lovely looking candle, isn't it? Okay, over in America we got this infrastructure pipeline business, the oil services business. This is your small cap oil and gas, and your small cap Canadian. We don't have as many ETFs here in Australia. Okay, and on to the girlfriend. Okay. Well, there's that shooting star. Is tonight the night? Looks good. So SilJ is probably going to have a nice bounce if silver breaks. She deserves to. There's SilJ to silver ratio. So SilJ's been. So the silver price has been outperforming the miner. It's meant to be the other way around. So there's some catch up for SilJ to do. ETP mag. Pick that one up in your Oz Super. So SilJ, this is the big holding. Heckler, he's the big boy. Kua and First Majestic, so they look all good. XMET. So that's if you can't get SilJ, this is your closest thing in Australia. South 32, rocketing him up. So some of the BHM, he's starting to get his giddy up. He's a producer. Boab, so he's getting his giddy up. This guy here, the new float, he's actually the cheapest. Like when you do resource and production scores, it's just hard without history for the chart, but just so you know. So our Mr. Ardent. So he's got this lovely little rounded bottom there that he's breaking out of. SS1, oh, that's a crowd favourite. Gordo, got it in the comp. MMA, well done. And this little fella here, RCM, he's starting to. He's got a bit of looks like he's popping his head up above resistance. But the interesting is this RCM bought their project from these guys. They actually hold a bunch of RCM, but that chart's just terrible. They've got their own project in Tasmania. Anyway, and here we are, the West Coast Eagles, still waiting for their next victory flag. Come on, boys. All right, that's today's wrap. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you subscribe to the new channel, because I'll still do daily vids, but it'll probably consist of the first 5 minutes of what I did today, just general market stuff, no product specific stuff. Otherwise, have a good one. See ya.